I can't believe it.
In wrestling, just like any performance, you need antagonists and protagonists. For the heroes to be great, they must have enemies that are hated. In wrestling, the good guys are called baby faces, while the bad guys are called heels.
Thank you very much. All I have to say is this. I'm glad you people hate me as much as you do.
It's all about fan reaction. If you go out there and if you're a good guy, you need them to react in a good way. If you're a bad guy, you want them to boo you. The worst thing is to walk out there and get silence.
Well, we always ask for guys to try to put up a few ideas of what they think they could be or they think they should be, right? And of course, we look at a person's character, his personality, his size, his shape, if he's in good shape, if he's in bad shape, and we kind of put that all together and, try to find something that's suitable for him or her.
My alias is Disco Fury. When I first started out, I was a big baby face.
That's right.
Didn't know my character right, I didn't. But now, I'm totally 100% heel. Wherever I go, disco sucks. I say disco rules, disco sucks. When I go to the nightclubs, that's what I am. I dance, I do all that stuff. I wear funky clothes to the nightclubs. This is just me. That's just me.
Usually, whatever gimmicks work in wrestling is based on something there already. If you look, I've said this a million times, if you look at the guys that are successful for a long period of time, like Stone Cold or The Undertaker or Shawn Michaels or The Rock, that's all just an extension of themselves. Stone Cold, if someone said it's just them with the volume turned up. Scotty Mac is very loud and outgoing. So is Scott. Popular, charismatic. It's blurry now as to what's Scott and what's Scotty Mac. Even in my everyday life, you'll hear me referred to as Scotty Mac. Probably more times than you do Scott.
Under the character Scotty Mac, Scott Schnurr has become one of the most dominant wrestlers in this part of the continent, and he may have the best shot at making it in the big leagues.
In the Pacific Northwest, there is no bigger name than Scotty Mac.
Scotty Mac came to us, when he first came to us to train at the House of Pain, he was already partially trained by Canada Wrestling before he came to us. I saw potential written all over that guy. The guy was in excellent shape, top shape, better shape than anybody in the company. He had a good attitude. He was eager to learn and eager to do anything it took to become that wrestler.
It comes very natural to me. I've been doing it since I was a little kid, just wrestling with my friends. So a lot of the movements come very naturally, and my facial expressions, the way that the people react to me, seem to be quite charismatic. This is what I've always wanted to be. This is the way I've always wanted to be, the way I've always wanted to be seen. I've wanted to be seen as a wrestler. So.
Scotty Mac grew into probably one of near the best wrestler in the Northwest today. The only sad thing about Scotty Mac is his size, right? That's what's holding him back.
I always wanted to be bigger as far as wrestling goes. Wrestling has people think that wrestlers are all 6'5" and 300 pounds. It isn't the case anymore, which is good for me. Eddie Guerrero winning the WWE title a couple weeks ago was a big thing because he's only like 5'6".
He's a good-looking guy. He's got a great physique. He's a good worker, very athletic. Yeah, I think he's got a good career in front of him. Good chance. Whether he gets that opportunity or not, I hope so.
Accepting that it wouldn't happen isn't an option. Even thinking that it won't happen, I won't even let myself think about that for very long.
He's done everything there is to do in the Pacific Northwest. He's the ECCW Tag Team Champion, NWA Canadian Junior Heavyweight Champion, ECCW Champion, Portland Wrestling Champion. I wouldn't be surprised to see that he'd be the All-Star Wrestling Champion.
It's like acting or music or any other professional sports. You can't doubt yourself. Someone's got to make it. Why wouldn't it be me? Especially with what I've done so far. Every accomplishment I make with ECCW just gives me that much more. I think I'm going to make it to where I want to be.
With the declining popularity of wrestling, marketing has become an essential aspect of a wrestler's life.
Marketing myself, I'm probably constantly marketing myself because I'm always talking about it and I'm always asking people to come out to shows, and I have business cards and our promotional material like 8x10s, and I'm constantly talking about it, and hopefully other people are talking about me, and that has a lot to do with the marketing.
For you, and you're not gonna like it.
Ladies' choice, you've had to deal with Scotty Mack and Brian Adler before. You know what we're all about. Mike Roselli, we're something new. Well, I'll tell you, we're the hottest thing to hit tag team wrestling on MTV since Mr. T and Hulk Hogan.
I wrestle for a company called Portland Wrestling in Portland, Oregon, and they have TV there. So we're on TV every week in Portland. Any indie company that has television is good, because then your tapes are likely being seen. I'm sure the WWE likes to keep an eye on whatever companies are doing okay. Having TV anywhere is a good thing.
No matter how many posters you hang, how many newspaper ads you buy, how many write-ups you get in the local paper, free stories, right? You can't reach as many people as you could with the power of television. But you know what? Even if we had a television show, I would say, I'm sure our crowds would be a little bit better. But would it be good enough to pay for the television show? I don't think so.
What's happened for the most part is the WWE has monopolized a lot of TV. And of course, having a national contract, a lot of the regional carriers aren't interested because they think that the wrestling market has been filled up with WWE programming.
The WWE itself has seven different shows on the air. So because of that, they can see wrestling 7 days a week on TV.
When WWE was really hot at selling out all the buildings, we're really hot too. Our best years were 98, 99, 97, those time periods, right? That's when they were really hot, we were really hot. When they started going down again, we started going down again. Yeah, it's definitely a trend. Not everybody thinks wrestling is cool. Like, if the kids don't think it's cool and they're not watching on TV, they're definitely not going to come see us.
WWE was selling out stadiums all over the place, so independent wrestling crowds are up. Now that WWE crowds are down, independent crowds are down. So we can't blame ourselves for indie wrestling being down around here.
Whatever their trend is, pretty much our trend too, right? But I still think WWE is what's killed independent wrestling, though. By knocking everybody else off television, stealing all the talent.
While the WWE has taken the lion's share of an already dwindling market, many wrestlers feel there is still a place for independent circuits like the ECCW.
I still think local wrestling is probably the best entertainment.
Do you like it better than the WWE?
Yeah, to come watch live, it's way better because there's so much interaction. They let you drink beer and you can get sloshed, and it's awesome. With WWE, the wrestlers are more kind of ignore you, and it's more about just the show. Where the independent guys, they just, they're there to have fun just as much as you, so they're just trying to interact.
In the independents, you're like right in the action. You're right up close. You're maybe less than 5 feet away from the whole action the whole time. So that's what I enjoy about the independent wrestling, that you get to almost interact with the wrestling as it goes on, because it comes into the fans.
I think the future of independent wrestling is just to keep hashing out just the way it is, between 100 and 300 people a night.
I think it'll come hills and valleys, It'll get good and then it'll get bad.
At times it seems like it's going to make a comeback and that wrestling is going to go back to the regional territories and have a focus in Vancouver on Vancouver talent, or a focus in Calgary on Calgary talent. But it sometimes seems to fall short. However, with the right marketing behind it and with the right people at the helm, there's a possibility that independent wrestling could rise up again and become a staple in the sporting community.
No matter how uncertain the future of independent wrestling is, there will always be those who struggle to keep it alive.
A lot of us that you can't stop. Once you've started wrestling, you can't stop. You can try and leave for a while, but you end up coming back. Wrestling's a disease.
As long as I can do it, I'll probably do it. It's in my blood.
Trust is what you should try.